Peace unto you. Welcome to our Sunday Sacred Service. Welcome to our Sunday Sacred Service. Every Friday, every Sunday, 8 a.m., we will go live. Today, as you see, we are speaking on the power of love. We're going to allow a few more people to rise on in, continuously like and share the live to bring forth that love and anchor this frequency for all that see love as serving. For all of those that are new, peace unto you. My name is Nadiie Black of Siksika. We are very grateful for your presence. I'm a medicine man initiated in the astral realms, one of the youngest by the age of 7. I was doing a lot of light work, as many say. And primarily the guidance of all our spirit guides and our spirit teams was love. Why? When we talk to Source, A.K.A. God, we ask, what emotion and frequencies do you feel when you talk to the beyond? Source, A.K.A. God. And most people, they say love. Well, then we ask, would it not then be serving to display that which is love, no matter the case, no matter the scenario, to all forms of beings, for that is what you feel when you speak to God. So it's very, very simple. Very, very simple. So we're going to allow a few more people to rise on in, and then we are going to dive on into today's theme. So in regards to these themes that come forth, the power of love today, in regards to these themes that come forth, it really serves for all of us to not perceive in such a linear way. Understand linear thinking has no true power. So if one perceives a pathway that serves for them, it serves not to only think there's one possible way to get to that pathway. For Source and the beyond, spirituality, whatever labels serve for us, are as limitless. So as it pertains to your pathway or whatever serves for you, understand that there is an infinite amount of ways that you can get to that path. See, God does not see in a linear way. There's no, to get to point B, you only have to come through point A. No, we all live different lives. We all have different experiences. Therefore, Source will cater a reality that meets our satisfaction to each individual person. So it's really, really, really interesting what love is, how powerful it can be. So, first and foremost, everyone needs to set a integrated intention. So, what is an integrated intention? A integrated intention simply is something that you deem realistic for you. An integrated intention. Take baby steps as it pertains to the spiritual path, the spiritual nature. Take your baby steps. Do not just thrust yourself into anything in life, because that's not how you will progress and transcend. See, Source, A.K.A. God, does not feed a full course meal to a baby. You get your Cheerios, you get your baby food, you get your baby steps. We're not just going to treat you like birds and just say, hop off the tree, hopefully you fly. If you don't, kapooey. It's not that life-threatening. So have a integrated intention. For example, my intention for all of you is to know. When you go into the afterlife, I need not any of you to ask Source, why didn't you let me know? Because Source would say, I sent my son. And we did let you know. You just choose to either not listen or to listen. So my intention is to distribute as much information as I possibly can to you, whether you listen to it or not. You cannot go to Source, all your spirit guides, and say you didn't tell me. So you set your own unified intention now. What serves for you to receive from today? What do you want to receive from today? What do you want from spirituality? What do you want from God? What do you want from your spirit guides? What questions have you been asking? Yes, you can ask questions in the comments. Type them in the chat and we will get to them if it serves to. But you set that unified and integrated intention. Now, use your mind's eye. You can state it out loud, whatever serves. Set your intention, your integrated intention. What do you want to receive from today? I have asked to see and speak with my guides for their names. Haven't seen them yet, though. Peace unto you, the archetype. I want to receive toward us. Perfect. As long as you hold on to that intention, regardless of what is said, hold on to your intention. Because if you aren't serious about your intention, God is not going to be serious about it either. Again, if you aren't serious about your intention, why would you expect then God to be serious if you aren't serious? If you want to change your life or change the world and you aren't taking the baby steps for it, why would any other spirit take that intention serious? Because it starts with you. Remember, you are the captain, the commander of your ship. And no one else imposes their will on you. The only power others have as it pertains to your reality is the power that you're willing to give. So, understand you are the captain of your ship and steer it in such a way with integrity and knowingness of, okay, I am going to get to this destination. We get on the ship because we're sailing to a destination. No captain grabs a crew and says, let's just act like Luffy, from One Piece, and let's just sail the seas. Nobody is doing that. We have a destination in mind. An intention is a destination. An intention is a destination. Yes, continue to like the live, share the live. Let's spread this. Today is all about love. Today is all about love. Today has nothing to do with spirituality or religion. Today has nothing to do with this culture or that or this or this or that or separation and duality. Love transcends all. As a unified front, I ask people, we have to put our egos in check and ask ourselves, willingly, do we care about God or do we care about our ego? Do we value source or ego? Light work. What do you actually value? And when you truly value source and not your ego, then love will be in your forefront. And let's prioritize that. Today is a day of creation. Yes, today is a day of creation, a day of love, a day of peace, a day of unity. And we have D asking, can you explain detoxing the body from years of abuse / parasites? Well, I do have very, very powerful fast. We do have some fasting techniques in our mystery school. If you click the link in our bio, you'll be able to join our mystery school. But before you do, DM me 33 again. If you are interested in joining a community of like-minded souls willing and knowing that they have the ability to change the world, DM me 33 and I will send you our free 3-day course. Because if you aren't willing to implement at least 3 days with God while you're trying to join the mystery school, then after that, join the mystery school. We have some fasting techniques. But I will give you a fasting technique now. What you can utilize in order to retire parasites is this. So this fasting technique requires unified intention, integrated intention as well. So before you start your day, set an intention on having your body be as whole, holy, as integrated in love as possible. You must understand when you change the relationship with disease and in the body and sickness, when you change the relationship with it and you don't just see it as something that is hurting you, then essentially you put the power back in the driver's seat. So before I even go on any fast, dry fast, water, whatever type of fast, before I go on any one, I change the relationship with my body, with my mind. Because the mind is very, very powerful. A lot of the times I've witnessed beings that didn't even need to go on fast. They just needed to change the relationship with their mind and their body as a whole on a unified front. And then what ended up happening when they changed the vocabulary they use for themselves, when they change the perception that they choose and to enable. So, you know, the things they see outside, they don't just take everything verbatim on surface level. If they see something that they may consider nasty outside, they wouldn't take it at surface level. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's negative. You know, they go deeper. Just that alone shifted the cells and the frequency of the cells within the body on a molecular level. So their body ended up healing itself. Your body is a big, giant miracle. Your body has the capabilities of healing itself. And this is just widely known information when you dive deep into actual cures. You know, the communities of today's society as it pertains to, you know, the big business and the hospital field, the medical field, they're not really into cures. You want to go outside, buddy? Come on, let's go outside. They're not into cures. See, the medical industry is not into cures because we understand the moment something is cured from a specific patient, well, that person is not a patient no more, and therefore they shall not come back. Therefore, money is now lost. So they prioritize the money. It's big business. Well, when you change the relationship in a mental perspective with your mind and your body, what ends up happening is your cells on the molecular level, they start to shift. They start to shift. For example, for 3 days, if you think nasty thoughts, you can recognize all of us have been in sadness before. And what happens in sadness? Constant sad thoughts happen. Negative thoughts happen. Well, when you remove yourself from thoughts entirely, you just be, and you just recognize that all is well. When you align yourself with that first, before you try to do anything outside, because nothing outside of yourself will solve anything. The power is within you. When you do this as a forefront, then what ends up happening is you give your body room and space to shift its frequency and accept healing, whether from within or when you plant the seeds from within, then you can get the water from without or outside of yourself. But never focus on outside of yourself first. It would never work. So, for example, you know, when you're sad, you only think sad thoughts. Well, if you remove yourself from thinking, then the mind is not using so much energy to remain sad, because it takes a lot of energy to be in hate. It takes a lot of energy to be in sadness. So if you're trying to detox from parasites not only feed on artificial sugars, so note these things down. Parasites not only feed on artificial sugars and starches, artificial sugars and starches. If you just remove those two things, artificial sugars and starches, not normal sugars like from fruit. See, people, when we say, oh, remove yourself from sugars, oh, what about fruit? It's natural. You know exactly what we mean when we say sugars. Artificial. Candy. When you get anything from the store, turn it around. What is it made with? Does it say natural flavors? Does it say any of these type of things? Does it have big, giant scientific words you cannot pronounce? If you cannot pronounce what is on the ingredients of what you're eating, then just don't eat it. If you can't pronounce it, just don't eat it. That solves a lot. That limits a lot. If you don't know, and it's not something you are willing to look up on the whim in the ingredients of what you're eating, do not eat it. Just that alone. Because what you will figure out is parasites not only operate within, I want to feed on these natural flavors, artificial sugars, and starches. Parasites also feed energetically on your body. So that's why we say energetically do that work first. And when you do that work first, then your body will start to get lighter, and your body will produce the natural healing to just remove, to urinate or defecate the parasites out. What you can do, though, after that is stopping of the artificial sugars, starches, and natural flavors. Stopping eating anything that you can't pronounce. If it has 35, 40, 50 ingredients in what you're eating, and it's something very simple like chickpeas. Why does chickpeas have so many? I'm pretty sure chickpeas come from, nature and doesn't really require that much to get chickpeas. Why does it have 35 ingredients? You probably shouldn't eat that. That's the first step. Before you start doing any dry fast, before I tell you any water fast, before I tell you any of those things, see how well your body starts to heal itself when you just stop eating certain things. You change the relationship with your body. After that, go on a 2-day dry fast. Dry fast is no liquid, no food intake, full 24 hours. Not like, certain religions when the sun goes down, then they eat. No, full 24. That's what a dry fast is. No liquid, no food intake. You're going to do a hardcore dry fast. So no shower. When you brush your teeth, try your absolute best to not swallow. No water at all. What we find, because when you take showers and stuff like that during dry fast, that's called a soft dry fast because the pores in your skin still absorb water. So let's say you haven't drunk no water, but you take a shower, you will find yourself still peeing. How am I still peeing when I don't have that much water in me, if any at all, that I have drunk? You will recognize, oh, it's because I took a shower. Oh, it's because I swallowed enough water when I was brushing my teeth. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. So you're going to do an actual dry fast, not a soft dry fast. So for 2 days, no shower. When you brush your teeth, make sure you don't swallow any water. What also serves is on this 2-day dry fast, go in nature as much as possible, barefoot in grass, because it's scientifically proven that protons and electrons of the world balance out the protons and electrons in you when you are barefoot in the grass, in nature. Go hug a tree, go take a walk out in nature, get in that sun. Sun. Every fast that does not involve the sun is not a fast. You're feeding off of the light. That light is literally purging things from you. So on that 3rd day, the 2-day dry fast, on that 3rd day, then what you're going to do is going to water fast. Water fast, what does that mean? Watermelon if you need to. I would recommend just liquid, but if you really must drink something, get things that's high in H3O2. Watermelon, you got cucumbers. Don't eat any berries right now. Watermelon, cucumbers, just focus on those. Maybe zucchini. High in H3O2 content. That is what you need on day 3. Then day 4. What you're going to do is you're going to slowly implement food, but still prioritizing fruit. Day 4, you're going to start eating and incorporating berries, get antioxidants back in your body. What you need to do on a fast, when you're on this fast, right, is you have to leave your body room to integrate what you're putting into it. Don't just mix. A lot of people mix foods. They'll eat fruit and then, oh, now for dinner I'm eating all these heavy starches and potatoes, and oh, now I'm eating pastas. No. What you put in your body, you're only going to put that type of food in your body. And this all goes within the power of love, because you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then how do you expect anyone else to love you? So when you are on day 4 and you're eating now berries, only eat berries. Berries. Strawberries, blackberries, your blueberries. There's many berries. Always and focus only on the berries. Do not eat anything else, because you must allow your body to register what it is getting inside, and you must allow the body to then transmute all the parasites and things that do not serve. So you leave your body at least 1 day of just berries so it can readjust. And then after this day, now you start to have some spiritual integrity, and now you make the decision. What shall I put in my body next? We gave you the steps. The pre-fast, what you do. Then we give you the 4 days. We gave you the pre-fast, the mind, change the relationship with your body, then the 4 days. Then on the 5th day and the beyond, you eat once a day. But what you choose to put in your body, you better hope you know, and you better know that you know this is what's going to serve for today only. Don't mix foods at all on your fast. Do not mix foods. You eat that one type. When I say one type, it doesn't mean just like, I'm not saying eat, let's say I say strawberries, right? When I say one type, I mean berries in general. So berries are now open. When I say watermelon, I'm not just saying eat watermelon. It's like eat anything that's high in H3O2. So it's like that. So once a day until you feel you're good. You can do this for about 7 days. If you're really daring, do it for 22 days. But what serves for you when you start doing this is do resets. So you do this technique for 7 days, and then you reset back to day 1. Day 1, 2-day fast. So now on day 8 and day 9, we're doing a dry fast again. No food, no water, no shower for 2 days. An actual dry fast, not a soft dry fast. And then you continue to reset. When you do this for 22 days, your body completely changes. And you leave yourself room to be aware of parasites in your body. See, I've had to go through intense fasts. Now, I've been through some very, very intense fasts. I'm talking about 22-day dry fast. A little bit of water here and there. Maybe like within the 22 days, 3 days of just refueling on like 1 cup of water. I've done intense dry fast, but that's because I had to cleanse some parasites in me because I had eczema. And if you understand about eczema, you'll know that eczema is of a parasite. And trust that eczema does not feel good. So I went all in to try to cure my eczema. So really heed this call about the fasting because I take it serious because I had eczema. And eczema is not here anymore. The parasite is not here anymore because I did the technique I just gave you. All right, that's a long answer, D, but I understand when you ask something like that, it's very, very specific. So I'm here with you, D. All righty, everybody. If you have any other questions, type them in the comments before we really dive deep into today's theme, the power of love. I see we're on fast right now. So if you have any questions about what we've been talking about, type them in the comments. Or if you have any other question that pertains to something else, type them in the comments and we will tell you what serves. And everything that we integrate, we have done. Project Candy asks, do you have to prep the body for this fast? Yes. So the pre-fast is you must change the relationship with the body. So you have to change the vocabulary you use. Stop saying you're sick. Stop saying that you're going through diseases. Stop saying that you're hurt. Stop saying you're in pain. You have to change your relationship with it. On a molecular level, I mean, this is even scientifically proven. On a molecular level, when you think a certain way, when you allow certain things to be in your mind, it changes the way your cells look. They get weaker. They're not as strong. This is the power of the mind. You know, the mind is so powerful. Even science even showed us the placebo effect. The placebo effect is essentially something that your mind is capable of doing in regards to the body without any quote unquote proof. So like, for example, if you have a headache and I give you a sugar pill and I disguise a sugar pill in an ibuprofen bottle, your mind is going to say heal based on what is getting put in. Well, you can change the frequency of just the pill and you can use that frequency that you put in that sugar pill disguised as an ibuprofen to a fruit. You can say, okay, with the same powers that the mind uses for this quote unquote placebo effect, may this fruit that I put in my body or this water or this particular food that I put in my body have the same effects of shifting my cells. It's the same thing. So before any fast, remember, seek not outside of yourself. Before any fast, seek not outside of yourself. It all starts within. You change that relationship within. A lot of the times when I get sessions, you can click the link in the bio, book a session with me if you so choose to. And we would go over some personal things, one-on-one techniques catered to you. But even the techniques that I'm giving now in its general sense will assist everybody. We try to make it as general as possible. What will really help is changing that relationship. What we see is a lot of beings that come get sessions with us in regards to, fasting and things of that nature. just changing the relationship with the body, that is enough to heal. But then after, you've done the inner work, then you start doing the 2-day fast, 2-day dry fast for 2 days, no food, no liquid, full 24 hours, no shower. Why no shower, Nadiie? Well, one, you're not even supposed to be showering every day because it dries out your skin. You have natural oils that sit on your skin. Those natural oils aren't effective if inside your body isn't healthy. So if you are someone that is just eating unhealthy, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's okay to take showers every day. But if you're naturally eating and you're, moving on a path of, what's natural, then you'll recognize that your body won't emit an odor. So because the reason why most people get showers isn't because, they love showers, it's because they don't want to be dirty. They don't want to smell bad. Well, when you move on a path of what's natural, your body stops releasing an odor. Like, I stopped wearing deodorant a long time ago. I stopped wearing deodorant. Some people say they put lemon under their arms and all of that. I stopped deodorant completely because my body stopped emitting an odor. I was actually surprised because when I was younger, I would have a lot of sweat. When I was younger, I would have a lot of odor because, when you're a kid, you're just eating everything. But as I got older and started to change the way I see my body, one, and then started to change what I put in my body in terms of food, my body stopped stinking. My farts stopped stinking. My breaths, my burps, everything just stopped stinking. And then when I would do like a cheat day, right, when I was younger, and I would eat something, I would smell it. And I was like, ugh, so it has to be what I'm putting in my body. Because my farts ain't stink before. My breath ain't stink before. Why are my armpits all of a sudden stinking after I ate this potato? Why is my armpits now all of a sudden stinking after I ate that candy bar? Oh, okay, it's the food. So that's why another reason why we're going on that 2-day dry fast, not a soft dry fast. A soft dry fast is no food, no water, but you're still getting in the shower. You want to repair your cells. You don't want to continuously dry out your skin because there's natural oils that sit on your skin. This is all scientifically proven. You can literally look this stuff up. The natural oils on your skin that heal. These are healing oils. Go lay down. Lay down. These are healing oils that sit on your skin. Now, get in the shower and stuff if you're not going to go on this fast. But if you're actually willing to prepare your body, go on this 2-day dry fast. And after that, you're going to, on the day 3, after the 2-day dry fast, you're going to implement water. I recommend just liquids for 1 day. You can do it. If not, high in H3O2 content, so water and cucumbers. So you can also just look up. Those are the two that just come to my mind. Like water and cucumbers, you can't go wrong. But just look up, fruit that is high in H3O2. When you do that, then you'll be able to align with day 3. Then day 4, you introduce berries. Berries are high in antioxidants. All right? Berries are high in antioxidants. On day 4 and day 4 moving forward, anything that you put in your body, you're only eating once a day now. So any berry. So strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and there's actually more. I have a list, but it's on my phone and I don't want to get off the live. But if you just type in just berries, there's like goji berries, I think. There's like so many berries. Every berry is good. Yes, they do go bad quick. So you don't want to buy berries until day 4 because you're going to be eating berries on day 4. So don't try to do this ultimate preparation for the fast. No, it's a day by day thing. Now, understand after day 3, now we're eating. So day 4 and beyond, you're eating once a day, and what you're putting in your body, you better start thinking, is this going to be nutritional? I'm only giving you 4 days. After that, you have now spiritual integrity. I've led you to the water. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to fish? So now, you can do this for 7 days. It's going to be a 7-day fast collectively. Day 5, 6, and 7, now it's all up to you. Now you say, what one thing am I going to put in my body today? If it's going to be a candy bar, are you able to survive off that candy bar? Are you going to feel like poop? I'm going to feel like poop. All right, let's not put that in my body then. And you just use that spiritual integrity in your choice has power. And then if you're very daring, if you're doing something as powerful as cleansing parasites from your body, you're going to do this fast for about 22 days. About 22 days. But you're going to do a reset after day 7. So on day 8, you're going to do a reset. Day 8 and day 9 is a reset. Now you're back on the dry fast for day 8 and day 9. No food, no water, no shower, dry fast. And then you just repeat the cycle until you get to 22 days. Then on day 23 after the fast, still eat once a day, but try to implement something that you would not typically eat, but that you know is very filling. Stay away from potatoes and starches. What water would you recommend? Natural spring water. If it's spring water, you're good. Just make sure on your waters, you look at the ingredients and just see that it doesn't have any salt in it. Like Dasani has salt. You don't want any salt or if it has anything other than just like water. You'll be surprised. There's some waters that are just nasty. Why avoid potatoes? Potatoes aren't sweet potatoes. You can eat sweet potatoes. If you're trying to find some alternative for potatoes, eat sweet potatoes. They are very nutritious for your body. Potatoes in itself do not offer your body anything. Potatoes are not really good as it pertains to cleansing and healing the body. Yeah, potatoes aren't good for cleansing and healing the body. Back in the day, years ago, potatoes, they could have offered some type of sustenance for you. But because of all the pesticides, that people, that these big businesses force farmers and stuff to spray on their crops and things of that nature, potatoes, it kind of lost its nutritional value. And this is not something that you can find in the I think they call it the allopathic community. I think that's the correct term. It just basically means the medical industry. You won't find this in the medical industry. They'll still say potatoes have a lot of power and stuff like that. But people like A.K.A, people like Nadiie, people like Dr. Sabi, we would say stay away from potatoes, because we don't rely on a man in a white coat to tell us what's right or what's wrong. We test it out ourselves. So when I went on my fast and I ate a potato, I didn't feel good. I move off of my body. Well, if my body says you're not feeling good after you ate this potato, all right, I'm not eating potatoes no more. I don't need to ask questions. I don't need to get the scientific terms. No, my body stopped operating at 100% when I started eating potatoes after my fast. Therefore, I'm stopping the eating of potatoes. So that's me delivering the message to you. I'm not going to be able to tell you the scientific reasons on why potatoes wasn't working for my body, but what I will tell you is my body's very healthy. So if something disturbed the homeostasis of my body, I'm going to tell you, yo, this disturbed me, so it's most likely going to disturb you. Get away from it. But yams, sweet potatoes, I feel invigorated when I eat those. And I have a whole meal that I made working on sweet potatoes. What do you usually eat, or do you fast most of the time, God? This comes from Miguel. I primarily eat. So stay away from rice. Now, you can eat black rice, A.K.A. purple rice. Y'all about to have red potatoes for breakfast. Yeah, don't eat the potatoes. Don't eat potatoes. It's fine. Yeah, stay away from rice. But if you love, most people, when I talk to them about rice, because rice doesn't really have a flavor, they just love the texture of rice. So eat some quinoa, couscous. But still, when you eat quinoa and couscous, don't have those be in your priority. Be very light on that. And if it comes down to rice, eat wild rice, because wild rice technically really isn't rice. It's like grass. I think wild rice, when you look it up, is considered as like grass. So it's not technically rice. Or black rice, black/purple rice. Black and purple rice, the same thing. I would eat that very sparingly. Then what I would eat, sweet potatoes, chickpeas, A.K.A. garbanzo beans, A.K.A. hummus. I love hummus, because hummus is made from chickpeas, A.K.A. garbanzo beans. Yes, it's very, very good. Yeah. Purple rice is very, very good. Chickpeas, yes. What else could you eat? And this is just like my starter meal. When if someone asks me, yo, what you want to eat today, and they're talking about a home cooked meal, this is what I go to until they say, yo, Nadiie, we ate that like 7 days in a row. I'm like, yo, that's hella nutritious. But if it's my go-to, I'm getting some chickpeas, I'm getting some kale, I'm getting some sweet potatoes. What else am I getting? Of course, you got your salt and your pepper. I'm getting a vegan dressing, so no dairy in the dressing. And when I look at the ingredients, make sure the ingredients are as simple as possible. What else would I put in there? I may throw in some extra vegetables, cucumbers, just to get that H3O2 content in my body. It's going to be raw though, so I'm not going to cook the vegetables. So yes, you can kind of like do some meal prep with this. So you can do a meal prep of chickpeas, kale, sweet potatoes, some zucchini or cucumbers, some tomatoes. Try to be as organic as possible with this. You mix all of those together, you do a meal prep. Oh my God, it'll be so good. Make sure you do not cook any of the vegetables. You cook all the food first, you cut the vegetables up, you throw them on top, you mix it in. When you taste that and you do a dressing of your choice, a vegan dressing of your choice. But salad good, right? This is a little more than a salad, but because it has kale, it kind of gets thrown in the salad category. But it's a little more nutritional than just a normal salad. Yeah, this is really, really good. This is my go. This is actually going to be one of my recipes. There's some extra stuff that I add in it, but primarily that's that. And it's actually a recipe that I have. So this. I didn't give y'all the sauce. I didn't even know I was gonna give y'all the sauce. I didn't give y'all the freaking the secret to the KFC. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave y'all the sauce, the secret to the chicken batter. This is what I eat. And like I remember when me and my wife first met, I made her this meal first. I'm telling you, when I say this is my go-to meal, yes, to impress my wife, I was like, I'm going to this meal. And she was like, this is good. And I was like, yes. I use vegan ranch though. And it was a particular type of vegan ranch. I don't know the brand name, but I looked at the back of the ranch bottle and I seen the ingredients was not crazy. So I was like, perfect. So yeah, all of that together, oh, it's good. You try this, y'all. Try this, and it's really, really good. It's really, really good. Yeah. Project Candy, yes, great info. Thank you. Inspired me to start my fast today. Yes. We love it. After y'all get through these, I'm gonna get to your question mark. question mark. I want to get to your question. After you get through these fast and you get this type of food, then you can start doing an intense fast. I'm not even going to mention a intense fast or anything to y'all because you have some daring souls out here that want to skip and try to do, he do it. Now they said do the intense fast. No. Do this one first, and I'm only going to say this fast. And then maybe on another live, I'll do the intense fast. No meats. I know it isn't good, but I eat seafood, occasionally turkey. So this is what people must understand about meats. This is very, let's say, controversial in the healthy community. See, meat is not bad. Remember, I'm Siksika. That translates to Blackfoot in English. So in our culture, there was the holy relationship between us and the buffalo. So I can never fix my mouth to say meat eating is bad. But what I can say is, if you do choose to eat meat, I don't recommend you do. But if you do choose to eat meat, I don't recommend you do. But if you do choose to eat meat, eat it right. There's a holy connection with the meat. You send loving energy into it. Try to get your meat as healthy and organic as possible. You know, some people say, well, how can I find healthy organic meat? It's very hard. Yes, I know. The first thing you can do is look up the top 3, 4, 5 companies that offer meat and, stores like big stores, supermarkets. Who are the top companies that offer meat? Don't buy from those companies. That's one of the quickest ways that you can find organic. If you don't know how to get to organic, if the labels aren't telling you if something is organic or not, if the ingredients are still kind of confusing for you and all of that, Just look up the top companies and do not buy from the top companies. I guarantee you will be you raise your chances by like 80% when you stop buying from top companies in regards to finding something organic. Promise you. You'd be surprised. Like, you know that one dude on TikTok that goes into the stores with the all of the products like makeup, lotions, and all that type of stuff. And he like spreads out the aisles. This is all owned by big business. This small company is owned by this family and stuff like that. Same thing with foods. But all he did was understand that y'all own this, y'all as in the big companies. Therefore, I'm not going to focus on the big companies. Well, if you stop focusing on the big companies, you'll realize how easier your options are. When you go to a supermarket, the reason why you think you have so many options is because you aren't putting any spiritual boundaries up. Well, go into a supermarket with a spiritual boundary. I'm not going to order anything from this company, this company, or this company, or this company. And then go in. So, yes, don't eat meats. Try not to eat seafood at all. But if you do choose to eat it, one, send love into what you're eating. And a lot of the times, most of the meat wasn't transitioned correctly. So send a loving apology into your meat. All of this is important. This is coming from one that understands the elders' ways in the native traditions and culture. So we're giving you the elders' ways. Now, this is not from Nadiie. This is from what the elders tell me. And the natives are very, very, very spiritual. People are still trying to figure them out today. So they knew something that we don't know today. That's why they were so successful in their spiritual career. So heed this call. When you get your meats, again, do not eat meats is Nadie's recommendation. If you do choose to eat meat because you're your own person, send a loving apologetic prayer, A.K.A. divine statement, into the meat. Something of the sort of, we shall be reminded of your holiness in our coexisting relationship. Our apologies and forgivenesses for the way you transitioned. May the way you integrate with me be the resurrection you deserve. You see how powerful that statement is to say it over food. So now when that food enters your body, it's not entering your body at a low frequency, it's entering it at a high frequency, A.K.A. the relationship with the natives and the buffalo. They would pray to the buffalo. They would talk to the buffalo before the transitioning. They would talk to it. And what we found is the buffalo understood seeing beyond physicality, the ethers. All animals see into the ethers. When we would speak to the buffalo and tell the buffalo our relationship, our purpose, why we're here, there are many stories across many tribes and cultures where the buffalo will literally stand in an open field and not run. It will actually accept the transitioning. That's powerful. When the buffalo says, I shall be delighted to go into your presence. You may take my life. That is powerful. I can guarantee you a lot of these people that's in these big business and corporations, they're not talking to their animals that way before they slaughter them. There's slaughterhouse. Just the term slaughterhouse is just crazy. And when you look up what actually goes down in there, that literally is animal hell. That literally is animal hell. And you're eating that. So that's why you have to say that prayer over it. But when you do say that prayer over these meats, oh, it gets so much better. You will feel better. Again, recommendation, do not eat it, period. You don't have to worry about doing all these extra steps if you just don't eat meat. But if you do choose the seafood or the meat, do it in this way. Do it correctly. Do it as our elders did it. And you will see what they seen and experience what they experienced. Yeah, accepting this is always power. Yeah. That's the power of the native way. Like, they didn't have to chase their food and all that. No, their food literally stopped for them because they understood the coexisting relationship. Yeah. All right, if you have any more questions about today's topic or about the theme of today, all of this is about the power of love. This segment is, if you aren't willing to love yourself, then nothing else should ever have your expectation to love them. Let's see. Yeah, you gotta raise your meat, buy your own chicken and stuff like that. Yeah. Definitely do your own raising and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm too queasy when it comes to blood and stuff. I can't take no animal's life. I'm the type of person to be all extra bold and big. Yeah, I'm gonna buy all the animals, buy all the pigs, buy everything. I'm gonna slaughter them all myself, pray over them. About time it comes for us to feed the fam and everybody. Who gonna cook that chicken? Who gonna take the chicken out? Not me. But you bought it. You say, I don't care what I said. I ain't taking that chicken. This is my buddy now. I got a friend. This is my pet. No, now we got a pet chicken, y'all. I'm that type person. I'll fake the funk real quick. So I'm not the type. I can't do it. I can't. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna say, I better not hear no chicken scream. Let me know when you're trying to take it out. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna skip town. I'm gonna come back when everything is prepared and done. I can't do it. I love animals too much. But that's just me. I'm just queasy when it comes to that type of stuff. So eggs bad too? Yes, eggs are bad. It's embryos. Not that good for you. Yeah, just stay away from eggs. I can't even. There's nothing that's even coming through that can really replace eggs. If you like texture, and then you got the vegan eggs, the just egg and stuff like that. But eggs in and of itself, you can do without it. Do you really do without it? You can cook some mushrooms for real. Cook some mushrooms, and if you cook them right, they have a nice texture. You can throw them in certain foods and stuff like that. They have a nice texture when you mix it in with other things. But eggs, I mean, same process though, because eggs, I would still consider eggs in the meat family. I still consider eggs in the meat family because a chicken grows from an egg. So I consider eggs in the meat family. Do the same process, however, if you so choose to eat eggs. So anything that we say, understand that we have our own recommendations because we understand what serves for us. But if you still choose to eat any particular thing, that's fine. Just make sure you eat it correctly. I know everyone here is spiritual, but does anyone know about quantum physics, quantum spirituality? Yes, quantum. So when you go into the spirit realms, you astral project, because I astral project. You have a subtle knowing, and this question comes from Ian Clark. This question comes from Ian Clark. There, you have a subtle knowingness of what's in the quantum realities when you astral project. Because quantum physics, they tell us that everything is integrated, and they tell us in quantum physics, when you look at it in its symbolic form, in quantum physics, there's always a deeper meaning to something. Quantum is a very, very, very deep level. Quantum physics tells us there's another layer. Quantum, when you talk about that which is quantum realities, you talk about layers. A deeper layer, a deeper layer, a deeper layer, a deeper layer. Even when you think you got to the deepest of layers, quantum physics tells us there's an infinite amount of what you can possibly attain. So there's even a deeper layer. And when you get a wall in front of you in quantum physics, then what we do is shift dimensions. Okay, in the third dimension, we can only go this far. Well, when we go to the fourth dimension, what happens? When we go to the fifth dimension, what happens? As we get to the tetrahedron, that's when you start to get into the Merkaba. When you start to talk about these things, we start to figure out what sacred geometry was even for. Sacred geometry, just those symbols, that dives deep into quantum physics. Spiritually, quantum spirituality. When you start utilizing crop circles, sacred geometry, going into different dimensions, astral projecting, this is all quantum spirituality. You can kickstart your quantum spirituality career by studying quantum physics, only a little bit, but also crop circles and sacred geometry. If you study crop circles and sacred geometry, your capacity for understanding that which is quantum expands a lot. Crop circles, if you just look at them, if you look up the most famous crop circles, the downloads are going to come to you when you just look at them. That's all. They're a code. They're a code for your DNA. Crop circles are codes for your DNA. Go lay down. And this is what a lot of people aren't privy to. But I'm telling you, if you do this inner work, this inner spiritual work, I promise you, because I've done it. Everything that I'm saying, I've done it. Go look up after this live crop circles. The most powerful ones. Get a clear image of them. Looking at them is all you need to do. Just look at them. In 3 days, you will get a giant epiphany. In 3 days, you will get a giant revelation. This is a prophecy for you. Promise you it will happen. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because crop circles activate your DNA. What people must understand about language is there's not just words for language. It's not just body language for language. There are multiple ways to communicate. Hell, we know about angel numbers. Numbers is now language. We know about signs, life scenarios, realities is one way God speaks to you through the whole reality. You go outside, you see construction on the road out of nowhere. Oh, that could be a sign from source speaking to you. You start rebuilding your life. Start taking down this path and reorganizing a new path. Like things become really, really deep when you start looking at things from that true perspective. Same thing with crop circles. Same thing with sacred geometry. Sacred geometry, just looking at it helps, but it's not enough. You have to actually do specific work. Like in ancient Kemet, there were temples with like Archangel Metatron's cube, with the flower of life, with all these other sacred geometries, and they wouldn't even allow the public to use it because at that time it was readily available what to do with this information when you find it. See, there was actually stories in ancient Kemet about the power in these symbols, and there were stories about what these people would do with these symbols. So the people of that time knew what to do with sacred geometry. They just didn't know where the sacred geometry was. Nowadays, it's the reverse. Nowadays, we don't know what to do with the sacred geometry, but the sacred geometry is everywhere. So with sacred geometry, you have to use it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it here in a public platform in our mystery school. Click the link in the bio. Join our mystery school. Before you do, DM me and I'll give you our free 3-day course, because if you aren't willing to implement at least 3 days with God, why are you trying to join the mystery school? In our mystery school, I will teach you how to use sacred geometry. That's actually going to be the very next topic I talk about. But in terms of crop circles, all you got to do is look at it. So everybody, after this live, your homework, you have 2 pieces of homework. All right? The first piece, click the link in my bio. Look at all of those links. Book a session if you need to. Join our mystery school. DM me the 33. In the last 3 links, Album Music, Spotify, YouTube, it takes you to our latest album, Why We Fear. It's a very powerful album, as powerful as the teachings today. Listen to that. That's your first homework. But the second homework is go look up crop circles after this live. The most famous crop circles, and even the ones that's not so famous, but start off with the most famous ones, because Source designed those to get a lot of notoriety for a specific reason. When you look at those, and then you start looking at all the other ones, this is prophesized. In 3 days, you will get a giant revelation and giant epiphany. Within 3 days or on the 3rd day. I promise you this will happen. So yes, Ian Clark, that is your answer. If you have any other... Is seafood healthier than most meat? I can't say that. When you deal with meats, there is no real healthier over or under anything. It's just about what you do in preparation before you eat it. Because... some meats on paper might be considered better, but if you don't eat them correctly, like do the prayers and do all of the extra energy work on it, your body and your cells is not going to be delighted when it's in his body. What else? Have any other questions, y'all? Ask some questions in the comments, and we're going to dive deep into the next topics. I know we're talking about fasting right now, but even if we're not speaking of fasting, you can still ask another question. I could never raise an animal and eat it. Yeah, I promise you I couldn't. I promise you I couldn't. I'm deep into quantum physics. This comes from Magelli TV, manipulation of energy and seeing dimensions. But I only, through dreams, never seen it being aware. Well, I mean, if you remember your dream, you're pretty aware. We are the now same. I've become a little more lucid during my streams recently, though, or dreams. What do you think of dreams? Says question mark. I love the Q&A setting. But remember what we said initially. God, A.K.A. Source, is not linear. So this entire thing, this entire life is for the power of love. You know, some people want God to be so linear, and God's children, or child, because remember, we're all the child of God, to be so linear. Step 1 is this. Step 2 is this. Do this and do that. And do this and do that. Like, that's just so linear. Understand that this live will be posted. You click the link in our bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance. It will take you to where all these lives will be posted completely for free. Looking at the entire live is for this theme. The question from 3 question marks. What do you think of dreams? Dreams reside in the subconsciousness. Without dreams, we would then be tasked with solving all of what not serves in our life. In a apparent sense, without dreams, we would have to transmute with super intention, not just even normal intention, super intention. We would have to transmute actively. You know, when you're very, very tired and you don't go to sleep and you start dreaming with your eyes open, you just like, oh my gosh, just like my daydream is so vivid. Like you're just in between both realms. That's you actively transmuting. Well, it can be very disrupting for a life if you have to live like that. So we hold space for ourselves and we go into our subconsciousness. The dream is just a subconsciousness. From the dream realm, you can go into the astral realms. When people say you astral project every night, that's very, very hard. And when people understand that, it's like, okay, look, astral projecting, there's not just one technique for it. It's not just the normal technique of just leaving your body. You can do backdoor techniques, because just leaving your body every single night, yes, that is very taxing. But you can astral project from your dreams. You can collapse the dream realm and go into the astral realms. Another way is, a lot of the times your spirit guides, if you're working really deep into spirituality, you would find that an anomaly happens in your dreams. You will find a spirit or a being or a person in your dreams that is out of character. Let's say one of your dreams is like a World War II type dream, and then all of a sudden you see a commander with like 2024 type clothes, like with Jordans or something like that. That's a spirit guide. A spirit guide. What spirit guides do in your dream is they would align themselves with your dream to not freak you out, but they would do subtle things to let you know I am not native to your subconscious. So, like in an example with the World War II type of dream, everybody got the old school type clothing with the old green, army hat, but he has Jordan, the commander. Oh, that should let you know this being isn't of my subconscious. This is a spirit guide. When spirit guides are in your dreams, that means the etheric realms is right next to your dream realm. The etheric realms is the first level to go into the astral realms. You don't have to go to the ethers when you astral project. It's just the first level. A lot of angels, when they speak to people in physicality, they go to the ethers. They don't go into physical realm, because to go into the physical realms, you have to incarnate. They are not going to incarnate. So they go to the etheric realms, which is very, very close to the physical realms. Therefore, it's close to the dream realms, because the dream realm and the physical realm are hand in hand. So the dream realm is very, very powerful when you know how to use dreams. We are the now. Thank you for these revelations. Thank you. All right, you are beyond fire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. William W. Are solar flares in the next 36 hours anything to worry about? No. You don't have anything to worry about in regards to solar flares, but what you can't focus on, we don't even say the word worry. Just remove the word worry from your vocabulary. Because reality is based upon you. See, no matter what physical reality says, or the laws of this physical world, or science, and none of that matters, because the moment new revelations come out in the scientific community, guess what happens? All of the old discoveries are now kapooey. They're useless. That's why I tell people, just don't believe in science. Like, I can give you scientific proof for all of this stuff. I have the declassified government articles and declassified documents that they put out about all the stuff I talk about. But I try not to give that information to people, because I'm saying don't be so heavily reliant upon this physical scientific stuff. Because the moment a new discovery happens in science, guess what happens? The old discovery that they've been teaching us for hundreds and hundreds of 30 plus years are now useless. The stuff that grown folk 30 plus have learned in high school, the scientific stuff that 30-year-olds plus learned in high school, we're not being taught that anymore. I'm not in school anymore. I'm talking about in this generation. This generation is not being taught that stuff anymore, because science has now had new discoveries. So don't be so quick to focus on science, because the moment something new comes out, it's just done. So don't focus on solar flares. Don't focus on any of that stuff. The main thing we should be focused on is the tectonic plates inside the earth. That's what you should be focused on. How are the plates in the earth? The tectonic plates, how are they? Are they good? Perfect. Because that's what causes major shifts. The plates. How does the plates shift? When the frequency above the planet shifts. When it shifts, it goes into the inner planet. There's an inner planet, an inner world. Part of the proof of this is, the people that talks about the beings in the mountains and, military bases and operations in the mountains and all that type of stuff, right? All of that is inner earth. Inner earth. That's all inner earth. But the thing with inner earth is this is what people don't really understand about inner earth and these military bases that's inside. Remember the people on TikTok, the one dude that was trying to find giants, and he was saying he found it in these mountains in this area and all of that. You're not going to understand inner earth because it's a etheric based reality. To get to the gates of inner earth is physical. To go through inner earth is now etheric. So when you get into inner earth, you will find etheric beings, you might find ETs, you will find other species. But they're etheric based. Sasquatch, all of those beings, all etheric based. Fairies, gnomes, all of those beings, etheric based. Greys, your typical ETs, the Anunnaki. Anunnaki ain't a race. Anunnaki is the same equivalent to saying humans. It's a grouping of all of us. But like humans, how we all look different, think different, have different cultures, same thing with the Anunnaki. Anunnaki is just the equivalent of saying humans on our planet. So it's just a group of beings that are different. Anunnaki literally translates to beings from the heavens or beings from the stars, depending on what translation you use. But to find these beings in inner earth, you must know how to get to the etheric realms, which the government knows how to do well. Something called the Gateway Project. It's what they understand. I actually have the article on this. When people talk about, oh, you don't know astral projection, that's not real. I say, all right, DM me. I'll just give you the government article where they literally tell you they have pages and pages of documents, all the scientific terms you need, all the proof that you need. You can cross-reference the government. I promise you, what's in this paper and these documents that's declassified, they taught their military operatives this, therefore it's true. Because I experienced it, because I astral project. In this information, they tell you about the Gateway Project. They tell you about how to get to the etheric realm. They tell you why they do it. They actually have diagrams of your body, of your brain, pointing to each part of your brain, explaining why certain things connect to certain things, explaining what your biosphere and your aura is, and how it relates to the etheric realm and astral. They do all of that. So trust all of the people that have the clearance. The clearance to go into inner earth. There's a prep course that happens. This is actual facts. How do I know this? Start looking up declassified documents. You can research. I guarantee you, when you research what I'm saying, you will find out what I'm saying is true. Declassified documents. Research those. And don't just skim through it. Read it. You will figure out that the government preps and puts their operatives in astral trainings and spiritual trainings before they take them to inner earth. First, they bug all their stuff, their phones, they tap everything. And then, this because that's just how the government does. When you start getting into classified information, the government taps everything. So your whole life is now tapped. But you sign that contract when you start to work for the government. Then when they choose you to say, listen, we have a top secret mission for you. But in regards to this top secret mission, we have to teach you how to get to this place and how to exist in this place. So they put them through a 3-week course. Astral projecting, etheric travel, astral travel, and all of that. So then now when they go into these inner mountains, there's a portal that they have to walk through. If you aren't prepared physically to walk through that portal, you just won't walk. Nothing bad is going to happen. You just won't walk through. there are beings and operatives that train but still aren't able to walk through, because you have to have some level of frequency that matches that realm. So still frequency matters. So if you're just completely evil, it's not going to work. So what the government does is the government likes to get a lot of naive, creative people. This is facts. Bob Lazar, for example. Bob Lazar, the government, if you look up his story, and then when you look at what I'm saying, it's true. The government doesn't really promote the top secret missions to people already in the military, because they have such an evil mindset already. It was like just like murder and stuff like that. But what the government does is they try to find souls that are really, really intelligent and creative outside of the government to bring something new into the government. So like Bob Lazar, the reason why Bob Lazar was selected to go into these government programs to figure out how to work these UFOs was because he put like jet engines on his car back in the day. And he figured out how to do that mechanically. The government said, we need you for this top secret mission to back engineer this spacecraft. Because you were able to put this jet on this car and it worked, you may have what we need in order to back engineer this spacecraft. But they had a team, and each team wouldn't be able to talk to one another, but they will find each team has their own set of discoveries, and then the big team, they will bring all the discoveries together and use all the information that they have distributed to try to figure out how to use these spacecrafts, which they have figured out. So don't worry about solar flares, because there are far more things to focus on. You'd be surprised how many solar flares actually went off and nothing happened. And all were reality. If you want to focus on them, you know, your reality is based upon your perception. So be very, very wary of that. Do you think using Ormus could help with that? Ormus. I know what that is. It's for alchemy. Yes, it can help. Be very, very careful with it. Make sure it's as pure. Make sure you utilize it correctly. Make sure your fingers aren't touching these things. Make sure everything is sanctioned. Make sure everything is clean. That right there, I'm not going to talk too much about Ormus or Ormus. Some people say it differently. I'm not going to talk too much about that. That's stuff I'll save for the mystery school. But because you know what it is, you know why. I'm not going to just talk about that in the public. But what I will say is when you start using that stuff, it helps a lot. It cleanses a lot. But you got to use it right. Make sure everything is sanctioned, everything is clean. Make sure, because you're starting to dive deep into real alchemy. Real alchemy. Like, this is the type of stuff that Yeshua used and his teachers taught him. And the Essenes are Yeshua's teachers. Jesus' teachers were the Essenes. After he learned from the Essenes, then he traveled the world to Tibet. Dalai Lama vouched that. He went to the native cultures. The prophecies about a person named Wanikia, same descriptions, look just like him, light from his hands, rainbow energy all around him is Yeshua. He learned from all these other places in Egypt that even picks up in the Bible. He traveled all around the world, but the first people he learned from was the Essene community. And they knew about ornaments, they knew about alchemy. He learned how to raise the dead, water and the wine led into gold. Alchemy, that's what alchemy is. Alchemy, all alchemy is shifting one property to another on a molecular level. These beings operate on a molecular level. So they shifted, because alchemy in and of itself, you're not going to be able to turn lead into gold. But if you know how to do alchemy and you know how to bring alchemy to the molecular level, you change each molecule in each cell of any particular item. So for example, lead. And this is scientific. Now, I'm going to use the word cell just for human transcription, but molecule is another one. Everything is held tightly with molecules. They're all like anything that you see. It's like molecules. This is basically, let's put a number on it. Let's say to make this crystal, there's 1,000 molecules in it, all right? To make this crystal, there's 1,000 molecules, 1,000 cells, whatever word serves for you to make this crystal. It's not that it's way more, but just for the human transcription for the brain, we're just going to say 1,000. You organize the way they look, and you somehow make a crystal, right? Or a salt rock. What molecular level alchemy is, how you turn lead into gold and all that type of stuff, is one by one. Each molecule you change into gold. So let's just visualize this as being lead. What if I wanted to change this lead into gold? I have to now look on a molecular level. So I have to use my mind's eye, and I have to start operating within the etheric realm. Because the only way you can change things with a molecular level with alchemy is to be in the etheric realm. Or bring the energy of the etheric realm around you. Remember, our reality is based upon us. So you can bring the etheric realm to you. I have to, and Jesus taught me this, A.K.A. Yeshua in the astral realms. I'm not going to dive super deep on how to get into that. I will tell you how to do that in our mystery school. Click the link in our bio, you'll be able to join our mystery school. Everybody, for the mystery school, we have a new fun, friendly tier. We have the main tier, the spirit warrior tier, but we also have a very fun, friendly tier. You must understand that that tier will serve for you. That tier opens you up to get to our community chat and our live streams. We're going to start doing live because remember, when you go to our mystery school, we have our plan, our overview plan. And our plan was we need at least 3 people in the mystery school. So now there's a lot more people coming in because we're starting to do a lot more videos and live and stuff like that. So we're going to start doing live streams in our mystery school. But for all the people that are still free members, I understand the spirit warriors here may be too much at this moment for you. So we added a extra fun friendly tier. It's called the transcending tier. Go to our mystery school. Make sure you download the Patreon app. Download the Patreon app. Download the Patreon app. That is how you can connect with us. That is where the mystery school is. That new fun-friendly tier gives you access to when we're going to go live on live streams, gives you access to all this so I can communicate with you. We have to be in this community. I understand y'all made that first step to jump in for free. That's what we said. At least get in there. Get in there. So just join for free. Just get in the room. Now there's this new fun-friendly tier. Join that tier. Fun. When you look at the cost, you're going to be like, wow, yes, that is extremely fun-friendly. I have that right now. I actually spent more money on less important things. So I can probably just spend this little right here, you know what I'm saying, to do that for that. When you do that, it opens it up. We can start doing live streams. I would teach you how to turn lead to gold. I would teach you alchemy. I would teach you all of these things. You may or may not do it in physicality. May or may not. But what will happen is these teachings, just the teachings alone, will activate your DNA. So you will have the knowingness. So, for example, when I teach people this, like people that book sessions with me, or when I held gatherings in physicality, when I taught people how to do alchemy, how to turn lead into gold, how to turn water into wine, when I taught people how to do that, some of them, they were able to see some changes. They would say they would do the technique and their water would taste different. So they were like, Nadiie, like, I doubted a little bit, but my water tastes differently. It's not wine, but it just tastes differently. Other people would say they couldn't do it completely in the physical realm, but when they went into the astral realm and they did the technique, it happened instantly. So that I'm just reporting back to y'all what the people have told me. What Nadiie has done, I have done it in the astral realms, and I have done it in this realm. But I'm not going to fake the funk to y'all. It is very hard. It is very hard to change water into wine, lead into gold. It's not hard in the same way that we think hard is. It's only hard because to do these things, you have to actively break the laws that are bringing you and tying you down into this world. Like the law of gravity and the law of all of it. You have to break that idea of all of these physical laws. That's the only reason why it's hard. If you're open-minded, like for example, if I have a child in front of me, it's easier to teach a child how to turn water into wine and lead into gold. It's way easier to teach a child that because they don't know about the physical laws yet. So they're not brought down by society. A child still thinks they can fly. So it's easier to teach a child those type of techniques. But with us, because we're grown, we have to do so much unlearning before we can do a task like that. But the way I teach the technique, it will work. Because, the people were saying the water was tasting different. It wasn't all the way wine. It just tasted different. And some people were saying it couldn't work in the physical realm. But when they went in the astral realms and did it, Yo, Nadiie, it worked. I didn't even know I had spiritual gifts in the astral realms. But when I did it, it worked. So join the mystery school. That's what I'm saying. Join the mystery school. For all the people that are in the mystery school for free, a new fun-friendly tier is there. Join that tier. Just to get in the door. And then we're going to start planning our next live. And our next live in the mystery school, I want to have to make sure y'all get your notes because we're going all the abilities. We're just laying them down. All right. Jeff is here. Nadiie with the God knowledge. I hope y'all paying attention. Yo, Jeff, I love you. Everybody, remember I was saying when I took this information to the technology, Jeff was the one that inspired me to do that. He gave me that knowledge. He was like, do it. It took me about 3 months because I'm a hard-headed, but I did it. I'm always going to remember the people that guided me here. Michael Murdad, Jeff, Ryan Cropper, Yeshua, so many beings has guided me to this moment. So make sure, logically speaking, you can turn lead into gold. You would have to alter the atoms. Yes, atom is another word. Thank you, question mark. Atom. That I was looking for another word. I was like, molecule, cell, there's another one. Atom. Changing each individual atom, molecule, and cell, yes, it's possible. It's very much possible. In the mystery school, we would teach you how to do it, though. Not here, because public stuff, no. Alrighty, y'all. So, what we're going to do is we're going to give you some tangible techniques that you can utilize in order to anchor more love. After that, we're going to open panels up. We're going to have maybe 1 or 2 people come up on the panels, maybe more, depending on who wants to come up. When we open up the panels, you're going to talk about today's service, how it served for you. You're going to introduce yourself, and then you're going to talk about the power of love, if you so choose to. And then we're going to conclude it with a native prayer. Remember, I'm Siksika, Oki Sinatapi, Anuksasakoi Nisokwa. We are Siksika. We really are. So in our native tongue, we're going to say our prayer, and then we're going to post this live in our YouTube channel. Click the link in our bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance, and you'll be able to watch this in a few hours from today for free. So, I'm going to give y'all 3 techniques you can utilize in order to anchor love. The first technique is in regards to your mind. All right, your mind. You must change your relationship with emotions. Change your relationship with actions. Actions and emotions, those relationships must change. Value love. So when you pray to Source, everybody in the comments, let me know. When you pray to God, do you feel love or do you feel hate? Let me know in the comments, everybody. When you pray to God or when you send divine statements, A.K.A. prayer to God, do you feel love or hate? Type it in the comments. What do you feel when you pray to God? In the chat, love or hate? How do you feel? What frequency do you attract when you speak to Source? Type it in the chat. Love or hate? Let's see. Roy says love. Who else? Who else feels love when they speak to Source? When they speak to the beyond? When they speak to the spirit guides? When you speak to your animal totems? When you speak to your ancestors? What do you feel? Love or hate? Type it in the chat. Let's see. I know Roy, I know you ain't the only person that feels love as it pertains to speaking with Source. I know you're not the only person that understands the frequency of love. When you talk to Source, A.K.A. God, do you feel love or hate? All right, we got another person. Oh, thank God. So more people are feeling love. Can I get one more person? What do you feel? Love or hate? Type it in the chat. Don't be shy now. What do you feel? Love or hate when you talk to God? I like that too. I like that in you. Sometimes love, sometimes confusion. Yes. Love. There we go. Now we're starting to see y'all. There we go. Now we're starting to see y'all. If you feel love, we're going to get to your statement. When you speak to Source, if you feel love and since you feel love when you speak to Source, wouldn't it make sense to only prioritize the distribution of love to others because you know Source loves all and you know Source prioritizes love, therefore you shall love. Because the frequency that you feel when you speak to it is love. So love is what is in our focus. So, in order to anchor the power of love, what serves for all of us is to argue less. So, just how you can go on fast with food, fast from, particular foods and liquids, you can go on fast of words. So for one day, you can set up on everybody after this live, go to your calendar. Everybody after this live, go to your calendar. Everybody after this live, go to your calendar and pick a day where you're going to fast from speaking. One full day, 24 hours, not a word, not a laugh, not a sound from your body. What you're going to do is speak through presence. What you're going to start practicing, because when you stop talking for a day, when you do a day vow of silence, your mind becomes louder and you're able to control what thoughts come in and out of your brain. Promise you, it's very powerful. Then from that, you start to have this connection with others like no other technique can give you. And you'll be able to literally shift rooms through your presence. Pathways, energetic pathways open up when you stop talking, because to talk is to waste energy. That's why when you go into the spirit realms, you talk to masters like Buddha, Yeshua, Krishna, all of these beings. They don't talk with their mouth because it's a waste of energy. They talk with their presence. When you get good at this, you can walk in a room and not talk, and the room just gets better without trying to use a. You don't have to make everything sacred. You don't have to speak in the native tongue. You don't have to do none of that. You just walk in an area, and the area immediately gets better from your presence. This only works when you are practicing vows of silence. So a day here this month, maybe a day here next week, maybe a day here next month. Every month, you should at least have one full day of silence, full 24 hours, until your presence is able to affect in a loving way. When you start to see your presence affect many in a loving way, then you can start talking. You don't have to worry about day vows of silence per month. You don't have to worry about that after. But this is the first technique for you. Very simple, straightforward technique. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do whilst you're silent, because your mind will become loud, and clairaudience will become loud. That is being able to hear spirits. When you stop talking, your ears open up. It's like when you're blind, your hearing just becomes exponential. Well, when you stop talking, all of your senses become exponential, and what's audible in the realms of the beyond is much easier to integrate. So when you stop talking for a day with the intention of doing presence work, you will be able to get a lot more epiphanies and guidance. The second technique, in order to incorporate the power of love, less to know enabling of hatred, negativity. What does enabling mean? Enabling basically means, even if you yourself are not doing a particular thing that you deem not serving, even if you yourself are not doing actions or thoughts that you know not serves or doesn't serve. If you are on your social medias and you know you're not a fighter, you're a lover, but you're watching fights, you're so involved in beef, you're so involved in yelling, you're so involved in seeing the demise of others and laughing at that. If you're infatuated with those things on social media, you're enabling those things. The people that sit around injustices and record it, You know, when injustice is happening and everybody's just recording it, all of those are enablers. People that actually love, they'll stand for something and they'll get stuff done. They will stop the injustice. We're going to band together. That's what even the Crips were about. Community resistance and progress. Before it got manipulated by the government into turning into what else it turned into. That's what the Black Panthers was about. And when you step in our community, understand that we police our own community. Well, police your body. Be the sheriff in this town. Don't allow negativity to come in your eyes or your ears without your approval or your transmutation. Do not enable. So change your algorithms. If your algorithm is just nasty, go on your TikToks, go on your social medias, and start searching things. Search for enough things. Search for Dolores Cannon. Search for my videos. Search for Rashad Jamal. Search for Yaki Awaken. Search for Dr. Sabi. Search for Billy Carson. Search for, peaceful people. Then you search for that enough, then you balance your algorithm. Stop enabling. Stop arguing so much with people. Learn to say, and so it is. That will throw so many people off. Why are you doing this? And why'd you do that? Why'd you come home late? And why is all of this? And why'd you use that word? And so it is. What? And so it is. You're stupid. You're this. You're that. And so it is. Why do you keep saying and so it is? Because that's how God speaks to me. So I shall speak that way to you. You see how like judo, that statement, that energy, you see how judo that energy is? Stop arguing so much. Judo the energy on back to them. The third technique that you can utilize as it pertains to love is to change your vocabulary. Some people in the spiritual community, they say, yes, this is good. We know about these things. Do it. Stop saying the word weak. Stop saying the word hatred. Stop saying the word negativity. Stop saying the word duality. Stop saying the word separation. Stop saying them until you're able to consciously say them. Again, stop saying these low vibrational, low level words until you're able to consciously say them. What does that mean, Nadiie? Most people, when you stub your toe, you instantly let out a yell or a curse. Most people, when they say the word, when the sun rises, the rising, they say morning. It's automatic. These words are automatic. These words are, when I see this, the only option when I see this is this word. Until you're able to have multiple options and you're able to choose this word and not you just default to this word, then you're good. Until then, remove it, incorporate other words. Your life gets tremendously better when you stop using this vocabulary. People be like, well, it can't be that simple. God is simple. I don't need to give y'all some crazy technique or modality or a city. City is a very ancient gift. I give cities and modalities in our mystery school. Yes. But it's not needed. Just these simple things. Try them. Don't just refute it. Try them out. Everything that we have said, we'll post this video, this live in our YouTube. Click the link in our bio. Click Nadiie Black's guidance. It'll take you to the page. When you try these out, you would say, yo, Nadiie, my life has now gotten tremendously better. Nadiie, I'm attracting new jobs. I'm attracting new people, friends, partners, all of that. Now I'm ready to get into the deeper spiritual gifts and modalities and cities. But I'm not going to give you those techniques until you at least do the groundwork. These 3 techniques, as it pertains to the power of love, with everything else we talked about, would tremendously. It's a prophecy. You're here because many, many steps on your path led you to the truth. So now you're here on the ultimate truth. It's prophesized. If we go back, if we do memory regression, I guarantee you, if you click the link in the bio and you book a session with me, if we do a memory regression session, we will find a lifetime very recently where you've been prophesized to talk with a very powerful spiritual master, and y'all would do very powerful work. It never fails. It never, like people that are infatuated with Christ consciousness and becoming this powerful being, we did a lot of memory regression on them. And even, this is not even just my sessions. Dolores Cannon was speaking about this as well. Most of those people that are interested in Christ consciousness and all of these type of things, they've met with Jesus, A.K.A. Yeshua. And they've talked to that being. Or they've been around him in his city. And it's very wild how things are so interconnected. The reason, because this is not something, think logically for a second. This pathway, this spiritual pathway, is not something an average, typical person does. You have to have already had some level of interest in it. And this is so deep, it's not just something that kickstarts in this life. It's something that kickstarts in another life. And through junk DNA, they label it junk because they don't want you to focus on it. Per junk DNA, all junk DNA is memories of your old lifetimes. When you look at your junk DNA, you'll find out that you have had a steady amount of life experiences as it pertains to this spiritual nature. Therefore, now this is the life where you blow up in it, and it's now very grand. So yes, now we're going to open up these panels. So all the people that wanted to come up and invite yourselves now, send an invite, we'll bring you up, introduce yourself, speak about how today's service assisted you, speak about the power of love and anything else that is heavy on your heart. Also, understand there's 3 rules: no talking over one another, no arguing, and be very respectful. Love. If you don't like something, you can just say, it doesn't serve for me. You don't gotta just bash it. So NEFF says, so with that being said, why is this life the only one I remember? It has nothing else to do with besides this. To sign up for Earth, send your invites if you want to join the panel, everybody. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy. God ain't make no shy child. I don't want to hear y'all saying y'all shy. God did not make no shy child. You are the abundant child of source. Remember, the Christ consciousness, that the entire Christ consciousness exists in your throat. This is what's not so widely known. What we call God's will or source's will, A.K.A. Christ consciousness, A.K.A. the Christ force, that exists in your throat. That's why they say the word. If Yeshua couldn't talk, if Yeshua was mute, would you know about him? No. Why do you know about Yeshua? Because of the things he said. Why do you know about Buddha, Krishna, Yogananda? Because of the things they said. What was really, really God is what you're able to vocalize. So do not be shy. Join the panel. If you have something heavy in your heart, if you want to introduce yourself, speak about today's live. The reason why you do not remember any other lifetime is because to come to Earth, we sign a soul agreement to have amnesia. Why? Because Earth is a school. And it wouldn't be a school or a test if you had all the answers. So if you just knew the last 30 lifetimes, what's the point of coming to Earth? Earth is about recognizing that even in amnesia, even in forgetfulness, even if you go to square zero, Source is so powerful, it's able to still blossom within you. Coming to Earth, a part of the mission and the test of Earth is recognizing that there's always a way back home. That's pretty much the grand overall theme of Earth. There's always a way back home. Even if you don't know how to get back home, somehow, some way, you'll end up back home to God. A lot of the times when people try to get like memory regression, try to figure out their, like when they book sessions with me and they ask, oh, I want to know about my past lifetimes and stuff like that, I always ask, how far back do you want to go? As far as possible, they say. And they get disappointed when I say, well, when you go back far enough, you're just home with God. No, I want something cooler than that. That's your ego talking. What do you mean you want something cooler than God? That's ego. That's what got us separate. That's what got us thinking we're separate from Source to begin with. Join this panel if you understand there's something heavy in your heart. If you want to introduce yourself, you want to talk about today's service, click an invite, join the panel. We're going to have the panels up for about 2 more minutes. If nobody joins the panel, we're going to go into our prayer, and then we're going to conclude today's live. You have something heavy in your heart, join the panel. We got 2 more minutes. At 44, it's 9:42 right now. At 44, we're closing the panels. It's 9:43 now. NEFF. So is quote unquote life only relevant to Earth? Were my other lives existing? Yes. See, that's a master thought. Yes. But what you must know about incarnations is there's something called group incarnations in it. When you start to come to sacred planets like Earth, Earth is a very hard school. Just signing up for Earth, you go through a hall of cheering. You know, like the breakdown, like the dance back in the 80s. Breakdown. You have the people on the like on both sides. You have the dance line in the middle. When you come to Earth, it's like you go into that dance line, everybody around you, and they all cheering because they're like, because if you really listen to them on the sidelines, they're like, I ain't going to Earth. Earth is crazy. You heard what happened to Earth? You heard what they did to Jesus? You heard what they did to Tupac? You heard Earth is crazy. You get so much celebration. You get so much celebration just trying to say, I want to come to Earth. But when you do decide to come to Earth, you're really serious. All right, it's 44. Panels are not being closed. What does happen when you do come to Earth is there's group incarnations. So in order to get to become a human on Earth, you have to learn how to become a rock. You incarnate as a rock, a tree, the wind. Yes, you turn into the wind. There's an incarnation of you. You have a lifetime where you're the wind. You have the lifetime where you're water, you're fire. In order to exist on Earth, Earth is a school. It's a school dimension. So you have to go from level. This is being a human is college level, and college is the last go around in school. Being a human is this is us getting our master degree. Master degree is the highest degree you can get, the master degree. This is so if you're a human, I don't want to hear people saying I'm not on the right path, I'm not on the spiritual path, I don't know how to get to the spiritual path. Everybody has a spirit and you are on a path, therefore you are on the spiritual path. So don't get caught up in all of these people saying, oh, you're not on the right path, or this path is not right, or that. I don't care if you're of a specific religion or culture or anything. You have a spirit and you are on a path, therefore you are on the spiritual path. Period. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's just a fact. You have a spirit, you're on a path, spiritual path. Because of this, you must understand this entire dimension is a school. So you have to learn from pre-K, becoming the rocks, becoming the ants. You've lived as every animal on this planet before. Animals native to this planet, though. That's where we get to some galactic information. We're not going to get that deep into galactic information. We're going to save that for the mystery school. DM me 33. If you're interested in joining the mystery school, I will give you our free 3-day course, because if you aren't willing to implement at least 3 days with God, why try to join the mystery school? After you've done the 3-day course, spiritual integrity, do the 3 days before you try to join. I do not want your money. I do not want your money if you aren't going to do the 3-day course. Do it for free. 3-day course. Then after the 3-day course, if you see it serving to join our mystery school, then come. I'm the type of person to, if I get your money, you join the mystery school, and you haven't done the 3-day course, I will send your money back and say, come back in 3 days when you're done. Because you can do refunds on Patreon, thank God. So really, not after the money stuff. Some people even ask, why do spiritual people even charge? Well, one, why do you want spiritual people to be broke? That's the energy that the government and all these dark beings want us to incorporate. Because if you don't have money, imagine if Yaki Awakened didn't have money. Imagine if Dr. Sabi didn't have money. He wouldn't have been able to spread the knowledge everywhere. That's why it's important. One. Another reason why, one of the most important reasons why money is important is because in this dimension, people value material. And what I found, and this is literally one of the main reasons why I charge, because if it was my will, I would do everything for free. But God has guided me to charge, and the reason is because when I would hold free sessions, like I would do free sessions and stuff like that, people would be late or they just wouldn't show up. They wouldn't email me why or nothing. But the people that paid, if they were going to be late, they would email me. The people that paid felt like they were going to lose something if they didn't show up, so they were more inclined to show. Exactly, because they don't value it as much. So that I asked God, I was like, God, I don't value material. Why do they value material? And God said, listen, Nadiie, in this world, you know someone is serious if they hit these 4 points. If they're financially involved, if they're physically involved, if they're spiritually and mentally involved, that's how you know they're serious. Even if you get somebody to spend $1, it's not like I'm trying to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars. No. It's very, very, in comparison to everybody else, in comparison to all of the spiritual, because I've got readings before. And my sister has given me readings, like she ordered me readings from other people. The prices that these people charge is buku. So when you compare it, you're like, oh, yo, Nadiie is giving Christ level information for the low. I'm like the weed man that got the fire gas for the low. I'm like the weed man that got the fire gas for the low. You say you only want double digit prices to get this level in double digits? That's it. Yes, not triple digits, not quadruple digits, double digits. That's it. Oh, it's a single digit to get in the middle mystery school? A single digit. Yes, not even a double digit to even get in. It's starting low as single digits. But God was telling me, charge them as low as $1. You have to make sure they're financially, physically, spiritually, and mentally involved. Yes, people be charging thousands for the Akashic records. Thousands for the Akashic records. You can book a 30-minute session with me right now. You can book a 30-minute session with me for a double-digit price. On the low end, double-digit price. And we can do a Akashic reading. What I do is I have people email me why they want the session. So the introduction, we're not wasting no time. The introduction is about 1 minute, at 2 minutes at max, us introducing each other. Then we're diving straight into it. When you do a session with me, because you've emailed me the detail of why, I already have bullet points and notes on what I'm going to teach you. So after our 1 to 2 minute introduction, all right, let's dive deep into the session. You got your notes? Yes, perfect. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Let's do it together so you know how to do it correctly. Om ma lula, all of that. Boom. And then people be like, yo, it's working. Exactly. We get straight to it. But yeah, people charge thousands for the Akashic records. I'm like, for real? But I get it though. I get it. Pay the bills and all of that. But like, I mean, I get it. I know I ain't knocking your hustle, but hey yo, I'm like the fire pack man that got the gas. For the low. I'm selling pounds for $2. Pounds for $2, everybody. Pounds for $2. Pounds of the spiritual enlightenment for $2. You're like, oh my god, $2. They charging me $20,000. I'm telling you. But jokes aside, that is why. So DM me 33. I'll give you the free 3-day course. Then you can book a session with me if you so choose to. How would I know if your intentions are good if you don't mind me asking? Because I'm very upfront and open with my intentions. I tell you, the only thing that I focus on is giving you the information. My intention is when you go into the afterlife and you talk to God, my intention is that you say not to God, I didn't know. Because God is going to tell you, I sent my son, Nadiie, to tell you. Just say you didn't listen or you did listen. But my only intention is for you to say, I knew. Thank you, Source. I knew this was going to happen. That's it. And that's one. But another way, another way my intentions are good is just ask the people that's been in the mystery school, or ask the people in the comments. How does this make y'all feel? How does this, sessions make you feel? How does these techniques they give you make you feel? How does it make you feel? Do you feel somebody giving you love, or do you feel somebody trying to drag you down when you hear me speak? I guarantee you it's love. I haven't bashed anybody. I always say, regardless of the culture you're in, regardless of the religion you're in, none of that matters. That's why we say that to supersede all of that, love. God values love, so you should value love, regardless of a culture, regardless of a skin complexion, regardless of anything. So you just do research on me, ask the questions in the comments, and everybody would say, yo, Nadiie, that one session, that one live, it changed my life. Also, do your own energetic readings on me, and you would see, oh my God, I'm literally looking at a Christ, another Christ in the flesh. Not the only one. Don't get it confused. Some people, because before I took this knowledge to technology, before Jeff said take it to technology, I was holding gatherings for about 7 to 9 years in physicality, bringing people in my home. Yeah, there's a lot of deceivers on TikTok. And that's why I was saying this. I didn't start teaching on TikTok first. I've been teaching for 7 to 9 years in physicality. I didn't even see the value in teaching online until a beautiful soul named Jeff Miller. He came to one of my gatherings, multiple gatherings, and one of them was so very powerful. He was doing miracles. He was doing a lot of very beautiful things. And he was like, Nadiie, you should take this online. Take it to TikTok. Take it online. I didn't do it until 3 months after he said it, but I still did it because he said it. And I was teaching for 8 months, and then my after 8 months, one of the videos, the Palo Santo video, that blew up. So yeah, I've been doing this well before TikTok. Most people, they start their spiritual journey and teaching on TikTok. I've been doing the groundwork. Even before I was spiritual, I was in something called the Human Trafficking Coalition, and we would teach people about human trafficking, how to stop it. We would bring the knowledge because my second mentor, the leader of the Human Trafficking Coalition, his name was Mr. McGrady. He would say the reason why we're teaching about human trafficking, one reason is because Ohio, I live in Ohio. Ohio is number 5 on the list. I don't know if it still is, but at the time it was number 5 on about a will of sources lower. But it was number 5 for most human trafficking like activity in a state. Number 5. That's one reason. Another reason he was saying is, I don't want anybody to say they didn't know. So you see how that lesson from that mentor translated into spirituality? You know how he said, Nadiie, the reason why we're teaching people about human trafficking and stuff like that is so they can't say they didn't know. So they can't say, I didn't see the signs. We're telling you what to look for when you see a woman looking like this or looking like this or here, or if you see a dude in the corner over here, or if you see a particular type of activity, we're telling you what to look for. So you see how that translates into spirituality when I say, my only intention is for you to say, I knew when you talk to God, not I didn't know. I learned that from Mr. McGrady when I was teaching people about human trafficking. So before I was even teaching spiritual stuff, I was for the people. Still am for the people. Revolutionary stuff. And it's a very big movement. Like Mr. McGrady, he ran for the mayor of Ohio. Or Columbus. He ran for the mayor. And yeah, he's very, very real. So for my whole life, and this was in my high school days, so I was young doing this. So from then to now, there's a steady growth. So I didn't start on TikTok. You can pretty much tell when people are like this. Like when the cameras go off, I'm still like this. When you talk to my friends, when you talk to Jeff and all of my homies, Al and everybody, they like, yo, Nadiie, don't even come to Nadiie with foolishness because he's gonna give you some oneness type answer, and I'm like that for real. Alrighty, everybody. Remember, click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance. This will be posted in a few hours. Give me a few hours. At the latest, any of my lives will be posted the next day, because sometimes it takes a while. But I will have this up within 7 hours, 5 to 7 hours. Maybe less. I'm just giving myself some wiggle room. But we're gonna conclude this live with prayer. So this Sunday sacred service, we're very, very grateful. Before we say our native prayer, how is everybody feeling? Type 33s in the chat if you're feeling good, if you feel loved today, if you felt this service provided you some level of information that you can take with you. Type 33s in the chat right now if you feel today's service has brought you something of joy, it's brought you something of substance. Let me know the consensus. I'm very, very interested to see the frequencies that y'all distribute. I always like to do checkups like this. I never want to just throw information out and just be like, oh, yep, forget the people. No, I got to check in, doing a checkup right now. So type 33s in the chat. What we're offering is love. You feel it, and it provides you service, and you can really bring value to other people and share this for other people. Okay, I've seen the 33s. I'm seeing the 33s. We love it. All right, everybody. So on the count of 3, on the count of 3, everybody take one big deep breath in. You're going to hold your breath. And when you breathe, a correct breath is allowing your stomach to protrude out. So you're going to use those stomach muscles to protrude out. You're going to hold your breath when your inhale is full for as long as you see serve, and then exhale. When you exhale, sink your stomach in. And then you blow out through your mouth very hard or soft, depending on what serves for you. Inhale through nose, breathe out the mouth. All right? 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. 33s is a mudra we created. It means Hania. That translates into spirit warrior. Hania is Hopi. Translate into spirit warrior. To be a spirit warrior is to expose the wound. In order to heal a wound, you must expose it. You cannot put ointment on a covering or it won't heal. So all of the dark, nasty secrets or untransmuted energy within your body, within your DNA, when you align with the 33 frequency, it reveals it. You'll go through sometimes a dark night of the soul, or you'll just notice, you'll just notice more stuff that you have to work on in your face, because the only way to get past things is to first be aware of it. Ashe, brother, I will follow and hit you up for a session. I also want to spread the truth and enlightenment. Perfect. We love you. Just click the link in the bio, click book a session. It will give you the rundown of the steps. I always recommend, because I'm not trying to get everybody's money and stuff like that. That's not my priority. I recommend get the 30-minute session first. If you ever do think about getting it, get the 30-minute first. It's cheaper. Get the 30-minute first, and then after that, then you get the hour if you really feel love. But get the 30. Don't just jump into the hour. Like, get the 30-minute first. You anchor this frequency. We're very, very grateful. Alrighty. So 33, Hania. When you align with 33, when you bring forth the ideology and the knowledge of 33, you're calling forth in God. Then 33 is Christ consciousness. You put it together, which means oneness. Christ consciousness, oneness, the pinky and the thumb are together for all eternity. I spent months and years meditating with Yeshua, yes, Jesus, with this technique, with this mudra, Yeshua. We meditated together, and then not even just him. I'm of Christ consciousness. So there's other Christ beings. Yeshua isn't the only Christ. He's just one of the first. But there's many. The whole Christ force. We all meditate using this together. Because I had a vision, quick story, I had a vision one day. I was really depressed. I was really depressed. I was very, very sad because I was trying my best to teach, and it wasn't like, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know. I'm doing physical gatherings and stuff like that. But my life is highly spiritual. We perform miracles and all that. So my life is much different. So what's normal for me isn't normal for everybody else. So yeah, like when my life, when I was sad and depressed, I'm like, yeah, I performed a miracle for these people, but that's not enough. Like, I mean, I perform miracles every day, so I'm not infatuated with miracles like other people. So I was very sad. I didn't know where to go. My life wasn't getting better. I needed money. I was going through it. One day I went to sleep, and there was a dream that came to me. It's a very powerful vision. And I was in this mansion. It was all white. Everything was all white. Everybody was wearing all white. And the furniture was made out of crystals. I was in this mansion. It was a party. It was like people were celebrating me. It was like this party. And it was so much love. Friends from back in the day came. Friends from other lifetimes came to this party. It was like an intervention. Like a spiritual intervention. And then I heard this deep, loud voice, but nobody was talking. I just heard a deep, loud voice, and it was like, you don't even realize how powerful you are, Nadiie. Moving forward, it serves for you to make a mudra. Make a mudra and make a mantra. Bring that to earth now. And then I woke up immediately after, and I woke up. So then I talked to Yeshua. I astral projected. I talked to Yeshua, and I said, I got this vision. And Yeshua said, yes, that was God speaking with you. It's about that time now. So me and him was meditating with one another and a few other Christ conscious beings, and we were figuring out what mudra we would utilize. That's what you're seeing now. 33, in unison, pinky and thumb, represents infinity. Christ consciousness, oneness for eternity. Peace unto you. My name is Nadiie Black. I'm Sikh Sika. We're very, very grateful for your presence. We're going to conclude this sacred Sunday service with a prayer, A.K.A. divine statement in the native tongue. Be with us, be present, set your intentions, hold on to these intentions now. A.K.A. Pisatuki, Ispamokinan, Nakaitsinan, Nakekimutisanan, Nakokamotosanan, Nina, Nakista, Kitsikakoman, Oh Tokinana Pisatuki, Nakaikaki Masana, Ikanapi, Nistoapi, Aganistor. Thank you, Source, for guiding us to that which is love for today, moving forward. always is that which is love. We will anchor all of love within us, so much so that we need not speak love unto and onto people. Our presence is enough. We shall walk in a room and shift frequencies and guide people to choosing something that serves for them moving forward in their lives and their existences. Today, moving forward, God, we anchor in the truth, the peace of all there is. We are not bringing forth the awareness of lack. We're bringing forth the awareness of integration, of knowingness. As I open my eyes to speak, the awareness of love, the awareness of all, we integrate that today, moving forward. For all peoples, regardless of your cultures, your tribes, your religions, your beliefs, your ideologies and philosophies, one thing that transcends all of that is love. So that is what we will anchor today. And so it is. May I get an "and so it is" in the chat? May I get a "and so it is" in the chat? May I get an "and so it is" in the chat? I feel a lot of energy right now, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I feel a lot of energy right now. It's like I almost feel lightheaded, like I could pass out, but it's so much energy. It's like when God is like really present, it almost feels like you're lightheaded. So if people wonder how it feels to channel Christ consciousness, it's very, very taxing on the body if you identify with the body. So I have to constantly remind myself, I am not the body. I cannot feel pain, for I am the child of God. I am the holy child of Source. I have to remember this. And then when I do remember it, the energy comes back. And that's how I'm able to keep teaching. Thank you, thank you. We love all of you. I truly love you. Like, if no one else says it in a meaningful way, I don't love you unconditionally. I love you perfectly, because unconditionally is still of duality. Unconditional love is, I'm not going to be of conditions, therefore I'm unconditional. That's two. You see, it's duality. Perfect love is perfect love. Period. It's love. I love all of you perfectly. I actually want to see y'all do better in life. I actually want to see y'all be successful in whatever pathway you deem as serving. I actually care about y'all. Like, I'm the type of person, when you book a session with me, you might book 30 minutes, you might get 40 minutes. I'm that type of person. We'll go over. I'm the type of person to, other people that may ask a question in the DM, they'll say, book a session with me before they answer the question. I'm the type of person, I'll give you a giant breakup text link paragraph of detailed explanation. And there's people that can vouch for that DM me specific questions. I gave them giant answers. I really prioritize y'all first, because I love y'all, because I love myself. So because I love me, and I know I'm Himothy Hemsworthy, that extends to y'all. Y'all are Himothy Hemsworthy, Herthy Hersworthy. I don't know what the one is for women, but y'all gotta figure that one out. But I know Himothy Hemsworthy, we got Herthy Hersworthy. Okay, I know y'all are the truth, because I know I am the truth, and we're all one. So I really love y'all, like really, 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 really. So understand, it's okay. You can book a session with me. You can join our mystery school if you need to be around like-minded souls. We are your spirit family. If you're looking for your spirit family and lineage, the fact that you are here lets us know, oh, this is my spiritual lineage. So let me just join. Let me click Nadi's link in his bio. Let me just join the mystery school for free. Let me DM Nadi 33 so I can get that free mystery school course, that 3-day course for free. And then when I get some funds, I can do the initiation for the mystery school. Sign up for the membership. It's only a single-digit price. Nothing. I think a Twix bar costs more. A king-size Twix bar costs more than joining my mystery school. And this is something that changes people's lives about God. So there's value in what we're bringing. A Twix bar costs more than just entering our school. So I'm pretty sure you have enough for a Twix bar. So but do not join until you do the sessions with the 3-day course. Until you do the free 3-day course, then you join. But don't just join after you complete the 3-day course. No. After the 3-day course, you go within and say, am I really prepared for this? Because we're joining the mystery school, we're thrusting you into spirituality. So if you're not fully prepared, do not join. I don't care if you completed the 3-day. The 3-day course is a spiritual courtesy. It's to adjust your frequency so you can live life in a balanced homeostasis type of point. Any point that in life where you get off balance, go back to the 3-day course, do it again. It's not just a one-time thing. The 3-day course is designed to bring you back to homeostasis, to bring your frequency back to homeostasis. It's designed for that. So anytime you're off balance, do the 3-day course again. Set aside another 3 days in your life. After you've integrated, okay, I am prepared, then join the mystery school. Don't do the high price tier yet. Do the small tier. You know, a Twix bar costs more than joining the mysteries. Do the small tier first, because the small tier gets us into the community chat, and you're able to join our live streams. So, and everybody that's already in the mystery school, do the small tier. Just get in. And after you get in, then I'm going to start talking in the community chat. I already have a message in the community chat already. But once enough people come in, 3 or more people really come in, because I have a lot of people who ask free. But this was before I did the tier. I created the tier maybe like 3-4 days ago. Because now the school is about to really get kicked off, because a lot of y'all don't see how many people was in the mystery school, but a lot of people was in it, but for free. So I'm like, okay, now everybody's, because first I asked, come in. Now we got the tier, open it up. So we're going to start planning a day. So we're going to be in the community chat talking with one another. What is a good day for everybody to start off the first class, the first live class? Would anything be able to change your mind on what you currently believe? I don't believe nor have faith. I know in God. Nothing will change the mind of one who knows in God. See, some people have to move their ego aside, and I'm not talking about you specifically, but you have people that would ask that question, and there's an agenda behind. I'm not saying you have this, because I see you're innocent in this, but you have people that will ask that question, and they have an agenda to try to convert other people into their ideologies, into their religions. To that, I ask people, do you care about God, or do you care about your religions? Because if you actually care about God, if you actually care about the source of all things, you will understand that love is the way. So as long as you're experiencing love in your life, then you're good. If somebody has a particular set of beliefs, and what their beliefs entail is love, and what everybody else around them is only experiencing love, then that's God. God is there. See, God is limitless. Humans and ego think God is not limitless, but God is limitless. What does that mean? When you look up the definition of limitless, it means any way, any pathway, any way, there is a way. That's why this is called the way. But it's not the way as in singular. When you break down what the way means, this is a calling for everybody of every religion. I want every religion to be in here. I want every spiritual practice to be in here. I want every race to be in here. I want every type of people to be in here. See, I would appreciate religions and churches and all of these places if they allowed every type of people to come in, if they allowed homeless people to come in, if it really was show up as you are. I'm talking about, I would appreciate a church if they allow warlocks to come in, witches, priests, people from other religions. If it really is come as you are, if it really is I'm of God, then it's come as you are. Because last time I checked, God is not going to deny a single soul. I don't care if you live 30 years of your life as a warlock. If you change your life, it only takes one day to change your life. It only takes one day. Last time I checked, when that one day happens, you go into that eternal bliss and that paradise. And even God loves you so much, even if you don't change your life and you live a nasty life, God still says, you still want to come back home? See, there is no requirement to come home, because the cosmic joke is you are already home. The cosmic joke is you're already in heaven. That's the cosmic joke. We're in a place that we dreamed, but this is a make-believe place, because you really can't be separate from God. Logically, how can we say God is everything and then think we're separate from it? If you say we're separate from God, you instantly limited God. You now said God is some and not everything. So, in regards to your question, this is going to be the last question I answer, then I'm done with the live. Would anything be able to change your mind on what you currently believe? We answered that. We don't believe we know. And he said, but to act as if you have knowledge would mean you would require verifiable data, which I had. If you want physical proof, I don't prioritize physical proof for people, because I need people to understand the frequency behind things. Because when you see through the eyes of God, God doesn't need physical proof. You don't need physical proof for these things, but I have it. And if I'm dealing with somebody that is just hard-headed, or I'm dealing with somebody that is so bashing or hateful, or they just want to know. You have some people that ain't even any of those things. You have some people that just want to know. I would say just DM me. I've been in love the whole time. Yeah, live just driving. Oh, we love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. He said, wait. I've been in live the whole time driving. We love that. For people that want proof, Pat, I would just say DM me, and I'll give you declassified government articles detailing all of the spiritual gifts that I have, because I have the declassified articles, the scientific terms, the breakdown of each part of your brain. There's diagrams, and what I would tell people is, when you get the article, when you get this declassified documents, you read through it. Take a week, a few days, and read through it. Don't come to me afterwards saying, "Oh, this fake." No. Read through it. You said you wanted the proof. Here's the proof. Read through it. Take a few. You're not going to read through it in a day. Read through it, integrate it. You may read through it, but you're not going to comprehend it in a day. Comprehend it. Going to take a few days. And after that, then you come back and say, okay, you come back with questions. I always tell people that are naysayers, I say, to all the naysayers, I want to nay all the time, y'all are not horses. Stop naying. You are God's child. Stop naying all the time. I give you the proof. After you've read the proof, come to me with a question. Don't come to me saying this is fake. Don't come to me saying you're stupid. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's fake. If the literal government and their scientists, they're teaching these stuff to the military operatives, the Gateway Project, this is truth. If you don't want to believe Nadiie, I have the proof. But when you are done reading the article, like if you're really interested in this proof, Pat, DM me, and I'll give you the articles and the documents, declassified government documents. When I send you that link, you're going to realize this link says .gov. This is a CIA website. My phone might be tapped looking at this type. Yeah. So you get the link, hurry up and save the PDF file, put it in your phone, get off the website. But after you've read it, if you have any questions, I'm not going to answer anything that you got going on if you come back to me the next day or in a few hours. I'm waiting for people to come a few days later and be like, okay, Nadiie, I read through everything. I have a question about this, and this, and then that's where we can start this dialogue. Before you end the live, I just want to say I love you and thank you for waking up souls with good energy. Thank you for being here. It's people like you that love everybody. What are your thoughts about mediumship? I can do mediumship. Thank you, man. I dig you. Great live. All right. I'm going to answer this last question. I said the last one was the last one because I love you. I'm going to answer one more. And I promise you, this is it. After this, I'm ending the live. I'll do it tomorrow. What are your thoughts about mediumship? Mediumship is all right. Yeshua and many beings talk to dead people. Technically, anybody that's not in a physical reality is in the afterlife. Mediumship is just the speaking and the dialogue in the afterlife. So if you're channeling beings that are not in physicality, you are some way in shape or form, you're practicing mediumship. It's okay to be a medium. Perfectly fine. There's ascended masters. When you talk to ascended masters, they were once human. They're technically not here. They're technically dead. That's mediumship. Nothing is wrong with mediumship. I do mediumship. I don't prioritize it because I try to have people go within first. But like when you book a session with me, the reason why I don't have angel readings, tarot card readings, this reading, the reason why I want to separate it like that is because I need to get everybody to break down the idea that everything is so compartmentalized and so limited and separated. No, I could do anything. When I say in the session, when you follow the steps to book a session with me, and it says, what do you want? And it says, email me at 33theway-sessions33@gmail.com, what you want. It doesn't say email me what you want in regards to. It just says email me what you want, meaning I can do everything. So the reason why there's only one opportunity, like in terms of the session, an hour-long session and a 30-minute session, and there's not no description of what the session entails, is because you dictate that. What do you want? I can do it. I'm the child of God. I can do it. So if you need some mediumship or need anything, tarot card reading, angel reading, if you want to know what certain angel numbers mean, if you want to know how to talk to your spirit guides, if you want to know how to connect with animal totems, because every single day in our mystery school, in our live mystery school, Well, that's what I'm saying. Another main reason I'm saying join the mystery school. DM me 33. I'll give you a free 3-day course. And then after 3 days, join the mystery school on the transcending tier. That's the single digit price tier. A Twix bar costs more than getting into the mystery school. So there's value in it. The reason why I'm saying it is because in our mystery school, I'm going to give y'all proof. Like proof. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go outside because I have a spirit guide, Omakichi Panikim. In our language, that means hawk. I work with the hawk animal totem. If you know about animal totems, you'll realize how powerful hawks and eagles are. Hawks are not in my area, but when I step outside, there's always a hawk circling above my house. There's always hundreds and hundreds of hawks circling all around my neighborhood. Sometimes when I take walks, they will follow me. In our mystery school, we'll show you these things. It will show you all the spiritual stuff that goes on. We'll show you physical. I can't do that here, though. I have to save it for there. I gotta save it for the people that are serious about it, because I don't want to just show it to somebody on TikTok and they just enter the live just to see what happens and then they leave and not do nothing with the information. That's a waste of information. So the reason why we have people go to the mystery school, because I know the moment you come into the mystery school, you're serious. So when I give you this information, it's about the seriousness. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, I will show you a lot of things. We'll be DMing you for sure. Thank you. You have that knowingness. Thank you. Ended, bro. The energy is crazy high. Continuing class. Yeah, exactly. I gotta end it. Because I'm gonna keep going. Because God is timeless. So God said, "You still going, Nadiie? The vessel's still kicking, Nadiie." I'm like, no, it's not. Because God goes try to send me more. I'm like, hold on. So all right, y'all. I love y'all. This will be posted on our YouTube page. Click the link in the bio. Click Nadiie Black's guidance. It will take you to our YouTube page. Give me a few hours, 5 to 7 hours. It will be posted there. If I provide a service for you, click the link in our bio. Click donate. All donations will go directly into this. I love you so much. Thank you. I know, bro, this could go on forever. Love you, man. Take care. Love y'all. Peace.